Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida. Welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you all so much for the love and the continued support of my channel. So today's video, you guys, it is a good old-fashioned haul. All right, some I received in PR, quite a few were misses, and there are a couple that I bought on my own. So if you want to see what has recently been added into my collection, then just continue to watch. So where should I start? First of all, announcement. I am officially an affiliate of SoAvantGarde.com. So these first two fragrances that I'm going to discuss, they were gifted to me, by the fragrance group or So Avant Garde, and one was a win. And the other, I'm not quite sure about. So you know what? Let's start with the one I'm not quite sure about. The first one is going to be Sweet Praline, and this is from the house of Mise en Serre, and y'all know how I love this house. I had a sample of Sweet Praline, probably 6 months ago at this point, but I tested it. I loved it, but you guys, this is why I'm always telling you, those 2 ml samples, let me tell you, it's just not enough. There have been so many times I've gotten like the little 2 mls, okay, and just gifted to me free with the purchase or whatever. So it's not like I actually go out and buy those. I never do. I always say invest in like 5 ml, 10 ml if you can. But okay, if you're giving it to me for free, I'm definitely gonna test it. But it's been so many times. I have tried a fragrance on my skin, or you can only really do right here with the little 2 mls, or right here, very small area. There is no full wearing experience, and so falling in love with so many fragrances. Okay, so I thought from a very tiny sample, and then when you get the full bottle, it's a completely different smell, wearing experience, because when you're spraying something and you have to do this to really smell it, it's a very different experience. I need to know, how does something wear when you have sprayed it all over and you're getting the wafts of it in the air and you're really getting a feel of how it wears. This is not how fragrance is experienced. And that's kind of what you're stuck with when you have a small sample. So, sampled this months ago, loved it. And I said, you know what, my next purchase from this house is going to be Sweet Praline. You guys, got the bottle, okay, because I requested this. I had a whole selection of houses I could have chosen from, any fragrance within that house, and this is what I picked out because I thought that I knew what it smelled like. However, I feel like Sweet Praline on skin, a full body wear experience, the ambergris, I'm not a fan of how it comes off in here. It is giving me a slight marine quality, and I know ambergris is definitely a marine amber. Some people say whale vomit honey, some people say whale poop. I don't know. All I know is that it is secreted from the whale's one of the orifices, I don't know, and it is a marine amber, but it doesn't always come off marine in a fragrance. Baccarat Rouge ambergris, I don't get anything marine in there. So many instances where I love an ambergris. No, I love an ambroxan, but it comes off just slightly marine in here. And when I say I do not recall that being the case when I sampled it, not at all. I was getting an ambergris that did remind me of the way it is done in Baccarat. I was getting the raspberry slightly. It's sweet, but it's not anything thick or cloying. And see, it's beautiful on paper. Sometimes you spray it on your skin, it's just different. It's a very different wearing experience. But on paper, I like it more. On me, I'm on the fence. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna declutter it. But we're gonna have to play around with this one because it's not a love for me, and it's just gonna take time. So let me just break down the notes for you. So in the top, you have raspberry and hedione, and then you have middle notes of jasmine, sambac, and incense. I really don't pick up incensey when I get this. It is very ambery. You get the benzoin, you get the ambroxan. It's like the Ambroxan smells Ambroxany on on the stick. On my skin, it's getting like an ambergris marine quality. And I know that Ambroxan is supposed to be like, you know, a molecular version of ambergris, because I don't think anybody actually uses real ambergris. But again, sometimes it can come off, you know, a little animalic marine quality, and that is how it's wearing on me now. It is not anything that smells bad or extreme, like when I wore the Soleil de Passion by Micallef. Whoa, okay, whole fish tank vibe on my skin. So that one definitely, like, the ambergris in there was ambergris-ing, and it was not agreeing with my body chemistry at all. But I know so many people, it wears beautifully, but I just did not enjoy that scent. This one is not, it's not anywhere near, you know, that that level of marine. But it's just, like I said, I'm gonna have to really give this more wear, some more time, because we're on the fence. We're on the fence about this one. But again, this is Sweet Praline by Ms. Sincere. Again, because of all that what I just said, don't blind buy it. Try this one out on your skin, because it may come off, you know, we're giving Baccarat, because a lot of people do compare this to Baccarat, though I really don't get that vibe at all. But many people do. Or it could come off with something a little like salty marine. Okay, with sweet, you know, sweet jasmine thing going on. But again, smelling a whole lot better on paper, and I did like it when I sampled it, but not a fan with the full body wear experience. Just kind of will update you. Okay, I'll keep you updated. Oh, and if you do want to purchase this, like if you tried it, you love it, you can save 20% with my discount code. So just make sure you do check the description box below. All right, so now this next one was gifted to me again by So AVANT GARDE. I saw the notes on this, and I said, if I get anything from Mind Games, it will be Double Attack. So when they reached out to me wanting to partner, and this house was on the list, there was just, okay, send me the chocolate, send me the saffron. That's what I want. Love it. Okay, love this fragrance. Probably not going to be one appropriate for this time of year, depending on where you live, because I find that this is chocolate. Okay, it is saffron, very like sexy gourmand vibe, but it doesn't wear too loud and it doesn't wear too heavy. So me personally, I could probably get away with wearing this, you know, like on a summer date night, if I'm in the mood for something that has a little bit more decadence, a little bit more rich, and you know, a chocolate vibe. But this one is beautiful. It's like this bitter dark chocolate, okay, and it's saffron, and it is so beautiful, this combination of notes. Now, if you have Chelsea Nights by Bond No. 9, you may not need this, because they are very reminiscent of each other. Again, that one too, very prominent saffron, definitely dark chocolate. But you guys, okay, if I had to pick one, it is this one. I might have to go ahead and declutter Chelsea Nights, because that one very loud beast mode, and I feel like I just have to kind of be in a mood to wear that one. I have to we gotta be, it's just what, it was always hard for me to decide, okay, where am I gonna wear this to? I don't go out a lot, you guys, so it's just certain fragrances you feel like you need to be going somewhere to wear it, you know? Not one that I would probably wear to work. This one, I feel like I would reach for this quite often. Though very similar in, you know, the note structure profile, this one is so doggone refined. It is refined, and it is exquisite. So if you're looking for an elevated chocolate fragrance that is sensual, you know, the saffron, we're giving sexy, Double Attack is the one you need to get your nose on. So this is very warm and spicy. It has top notes of bitter orange. You've got pink pepper and pimento. Then in the mid, you have cinnamon, agave, honey, and geranium. Now the cinnamon in here is, when I say well done, cinnamon can go either way. I do not like a loud, punchy, sharp. What is my daughter doing? So cinnamon can be done in a very loud, sharp way that just cuts across my nose. I don't like it when it's too jarring and too, like, this is perfect. The way it's done in Overture, the way it's done in here, so smooth, okay? So smooth and beautiful. And yes, honey, the agave is just, it's done gorgeous. It's adding this sweet, you know, sweet smooth component to it. And then in the base you have, again, a dark chocolate, but you have vanilla, very creamy sandalwood, and bourbon vetiver. So this one is one that I feel like is unisex. But if I was to compare this to Chelsea Nights, I feel like Chelsea Nights is going to lean just a little bit more masculine than this one. Okay, so let's break down the notes. So the notes on Fragrantica are different, and they don't even list saffron. Saffron is in here. It is prominent, and it's even on the bottle. So, you know, you can't always go to Fragrantica, but the actual notes provided by the fragrance house is going to be top notes of bitter orange. You have pimento oil, pink pepper, and saffron. In the middle notes, you have agave flower, you have cinnamon, Madagascar, and geranium. And in the base, you have dark chocolate, Madagascar vanilla, bourbon, vetiver, sandalwood, and it is a very, very gorgeous scent. I would say if you liked the way Chelsea Night smelled, but it was just a little bit too masculine for you, or it was just a little bit too loud, definitely get your nose on this one, because this one is absolutely a phenomenal fragrance. Again, this is Double Attack from the House of Mind Games. Now, the discount is different for this one, so again, check the description box below, because I feel like this is the only house within Sol Avant Garde where you don't get the standard, you know, 20 or 30% off. But beautiful fragrance and highly recommended. All right, so this next one was purchased with my own coins, and I was so excited to get this one because Ex Nihilo's Fleur Narcotique was just, I just love that fragrance. It is very feminine and soft and gorgeous. And when y'all chimed in, was like, girl, you need the Extrait, I got the Extrait. And you guys, I don't know how I feel about this one either. This is a beautiful fragrance, but I just feel like it is such a disconnect from the original. And when I say I was not expecting that. This one to me has a lot more warmth to it. I really don't get fruity facets to this. It is very floral, but smooth. It is a beautiful scent, don't get me wrong. But sometimes you just have a disconnect of what you thought you were going to get, or what the notes are versus what your nose is picking up on. Sometimes it's just strange for me anyway, okay? And I don't know how I feel about this one. It is a beautiful scent, but I don't know if it's a love for me. So I don't know if she's gonna stick around. I know so many people love this one. Like every time I mention the OG, people are like, that's beautiful, but honey, you need to smell the Extrait. And I don't know, you guys. So let me just break down the notes, and you tell me if you have this or if you smelled it, what are you getting from the Extrait version of this fragrance? Because it's almost like sensual. There is like a little bit of a darkness to it. God, the way I describe it, you would think I'm absolutely in love, but I am definitely on fence. Not a bad fragrance at all. But let me just break down the notes for you. Okay, so this does have lychee, bergamot, and osmanthus in the opening, but again, for me, I don't really get a big fruity facet to this, and I think maybe that's what is so strange and off-putting to me. I get it more on paper. Okay, I do get the lychee more on paper. Bergamot definitely, but not on my skin. I really don't get a fruity facet. I don't get much osmanthus like at all. Lychee, bergamot, okay, yes. Peony, orange blossom, freesia, jasmine are the middle notes. Definitely floral, but very, very well blended, because it is really hard to discern. Like the florals feel very indiscriminate in here. Very hard to pick out, oh, there's the orange blossom. You know, oh, there's the jasmine. Like, I don't get that. It's very well blended, you know, component florally. And then in the base, you have moss, you have musk, and you have sandalwood. Definitely getting the sandalwood and that oak moss. Undecided, okay? This haul, so far, okay? But let's dive into something that was just an absolute no, okay? An absolute no. So this next one is a new release from Thomas DeMonico, and this is COEUR. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I'm saying it right or if I sound like Cardi B. But of course you'll see the name, but I have no idea if I'm pronouncing this correct. I'm pretty sure I'm not. But COEUR? Okay, anyway, so this was sent over complimentary from Twisted Lily, and read the notes, thought, oh, I'm gonna love it. This is gonna be my vibe. You guys, when I tell you, pickle juice to the umpteenth power to my nose and on my skin. The cedar in here, whoo, I mean, this is the most cedariest cedar I've ever smelled, and it is completely taking over the entire fragrance to me. Now, the notes sound so beautiful, feminine, exquisite, like not what I'm getting on paper at all. So it opens with Magnolia, Osmanthus, Pink Pepper. Magnolia, yes. Not really getting pink pepper. Like, this doesn't have a spicy element to me in the opening. Moroccan rose, I definitely get the rose. Virginia cedar, oak. So that middle note, the middle is there. Okay, you're getting rose, but you are getting so much like oak and cedar especially. In the base, you have Ambroxan Super, you have musk and tonka bean. Y'all, this smells like pickle juice in a bottle. If you have tried this, if you have sampled it, what are your thoughts, and do you get that? Typically, for me, the only way I get pickle juice normally is if there is an amber, okay, and it's not combining well with the citrus. So I don't know if it is the way the Ambroxan is done in here with the osmanthus, but then again, that, like I said, that cedar, baby. This was just, thank you so much, Twisted Lily, for sending it over. But this one just was an absolute, you know, did not work for me at all. Yeah, so next is, let's move to one, y'all. First of all, when I say I love this fragrance, Nectar by M. Mikolov is everything. This blew me away. This exceeded my expectations. You know, I love Note Vanille, and it's beautiful, but this is, you listen to me. If you love vanilla, stop wasting your time and your life and get your nose on this. This is, when I say it is moved up, it has come into my collection and moved up the ladder of vanillas, like into my top 5 instantly, and y'all know I love vanilla. So no, I gotta put this on the skin. I hate that these bottles are like 30 mils. The Nectars are more like an extrait, you know, concentration. So they only come in these very small bottles, designed exactly the, you know, the way the Note Vanille is currently bottled, and this is just a smaller version of it. But I would die, like I would kill to have a 100 ml of this. Can y'all make this in a bigger size, please? Because I'm absolutely in love with this fragrance. My scents of the evening last night, and I couldn't get over how rich and beautiful and intoxicating it smelled, but it still had like a lightness to it. Like if you know the OG, it is vanilla, it is boozy, but there is just this airiness, this lightness to it, where a lot of people on Fragrantica voted that this is fall and winter. I wholeheartedly disagree. I feel like this is a vanilla that you can wear year round. It is much more woody, sandalwoody, honey. Okay, so if you love sandalwood, this is much more woody, richer, deeper, denser. And the sandalwood, it is so creamy that it almost smells like tonic. It is this thing is leaving me tongue-tied and speechless. Just get your nose on it. Just get your nose on it. If you love vanilla, if you love the original Note Vanille, but you want something with more warmth, more depth. It's a little bit more woody, but not masculine woody. Like this is, okay? Vanilla lovers, girls, you need this in your life. I'm trying to tell you, I would not lie. But if you smell the original, if you smell, you know, a number of fragrances from the house, which I do, there's just a certain DNA to this. It doesn't wear overly loud because again, like really elevated, beautiful French niche perfumery. So those are just usually not screamers, okay? Beautiful fragrance. So there is a base of amber. So it is also very ambery. Again, very rich, warm, addictive, but the jasmine keeps it from getting too thick and sugary and too like overly gourmand. The jasmine comes across in here the same way it does in Insolo by Jeroboam, if you're familiar. So it doesn't, oh my God, it's just so beautiful. It is just so beautiful. Please get your nose on this fragrance. I don't know how long this is gonna last me because I can just see myself going absolutely crazy over this and spraying it like I lost my mind, but this has amazing performance. Again, the Nectars are very concentrated versions of the perfumes, and this one is just, it blew me away. It really blew me away. And this is a stone cold love for me. Yeah. Hats off because y'all really did this one on this Nobany Nectar. All right, so the next one did not, whoa, it didn't work for me, you guys, okay? This was sent over by the 7 Virtues, and this is Coconut Sun. It is making its way around YouTube, and a lot of people really do seem to jive with this scent. And I've had this for months now, and I hadn't talked about it because I was so on the fence. Like, there is something off with this fragrance on me, on my skin. On paper, it is quite lovely. It is beautiful, okay? On paper, this is beautiful. If you like fragrances like the beach walks, you know, the holiday, it's gonna be right up the same alley. Much more affordable price point, if I'm not mistaken, compared to those. And I just find that I think the florals just start to do something a little funky on my skin. It comes across just a little overly salty on my skin, and it just didn't jive well with me. Looking at the notes, I didn't think this would be problematic like at all, but just something is off and not on paper. So it may wear beautifully on you. I would say stop into a Sephora or whoever carries this line where you live and test it on your skin because it could go either way. But for me, it just didn't wear well on me, okay? Smells quite beautiful. Actually smells better than, wears a little fresher than your Beach Walk. Now on skin, Beach Walk is my jam. That one, it just holds the candle to those, the other, you know, holidays. It was a like, wasn't a love, didn't need a full bottle. But Beach Walk wears so wonderfully on me. And if I'm in the mood for something, you know, coconutty, you know, sandy beach vibe, then that one is the one that I go to. But if you're in the market for something similar, just wears a little fresher, not as quite as dense, then check this one out. Again, this one is Coconut Sun by the 7 Virtues. So this next one was definitely a love first sniff, and this one was sent over to me by the brand, and this is the Chronic Rouge Extreme by Byron Perfumes. Now, this is so beautiful. I wasn't expecting to love this one because I smelled the original, I think the original Chronic. I don't know, what is it, in a little bottle? I can't remember. But I wasn't, like, it was so hyped, you know, at the time that I smelled that one, and I just wasn't, like, I didn't really get the hype. And I never felt like I needed a full bottle. This one, child, had I but known, okay? Because they're nothing alike to me now. I haven't smelled the original one in so long. But guys, if you're in the market for something that literally is like this whipped cream, let me just pull myself together, okay? If you're looking for a gourmand that you can still wear in the summer, that is still giving you all of the sweet deliciousness, okay, but they have so much whipped cream and air whipped into it. It makes it perfectly wearable all year and even in the summer. Then this is the one that you need to get your nose on. I am absolutely in love with this. It's already gotten a little dent, and I probably have only worn this. Oh, you can't even see. I probably only worn this, maybe about 4 times, but it's a love. It is a love for me. So this one is very sweet and fruity. It is raspberry, it is whipped cream, and it is melon and pear in the top. You have a very warm ambery, you know, middle, and it's got some spices in there, but the spices are not at all overly sharp, spicy, very smooth, okay? Very smooth and beautifully done spices, because you've got this fruitiness, you have got, you know, this ambery quality, and the spices just come in and give it this warmth, but it doesn't come across as something like, oh, wintry, you know, warm. This one is, like I said, something ambery, sweet, gourmand that you can wear all year. You have a base of sandalwood, musk, and patchouli, but the patchouli it's almost like not even there, to me anyway, okay, to my nose. It is just there, probably adding to the longevity of the fragrance, which I feel like this wears quite moderately, projects moderately, but you love Mickey Mouse by House of Sillage, not Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. You know, that one is very whipped cream, very thick, dense caramel, and you got the raspberry. This one smells similar, but this one has like a very airy quality about it, whereas you probably won't be able to wear Minnie Mouse in the summer. This one, perfect, okay? So if you felt like that one was just a little bit too pricey, okay, get this one, all right? If you feel like that one was a little bit too heavy or sweet or cloying, and definitely you can't wear that one in the summer, get this one. It is a fantastic fragrance, I'm telling you. Again, this one is the Chronic Rouge Extreme by Byron Puffley. All right, so this next one, you guys, was going to be a full bottle, but here I have is a decant. And when I tell you, I'm so glad that I did not blind buy this fragrance, because it was just different from what I thought it would be. The only reason I didn't blind buy the full bottle is because you can't get it in the States right now, to my understanding. UK, I think they have full access to it, but this is Bake, and this is by the House of Acro. This fragrance starts off so lemony sharp. Is that even a word? The lemon is so, like, it's strong, okay? It is very strong, almost comes across as like lemon and lime. That's how tart and sharp the lemon is in this opening to me. And it was just, and this has really good performance, so you're going to get that sharpness for quite a while. Now the ultimate dry down on this is beautiful. So it's supposed to give you like this lemon cupcake vibe, and it does that, okay? But I just feel like the lemon is giving me like lemon heads, sugar icing, and it is good, but I don't feel like I need a full bottle of this. This one is not better than Lyra to me, because some people feel that this one is better. I would much rather have Lyra, maybe with this type of performance. Like this one, I feel like has wonderful projection, great longevity, and Lyra is going to be much more moderate wearing, and you're going to have to really overspray that to get really good performance out of Lyra. But this one, the performance is good, okay? The performance is good. It's just not quite as refined as I would have liked it to have been. But if you're in the market for a gourmand that will still wear, you know, in the summer, check this one out, just because I feel like a lot of people are really gonna love this. It is definitely giving like lemon cupcake, but it doesn't wear heavy and cloying like at all, but it's still very sweet. I don't know, I might change my mind about this. It smells so less sharp on paper, you guys. So you got to sample this stuff. You got to test it on your skin, because if I went into a store, smelled this on paper, it would have been a buy. It would have been an automatic buy, because you literally smell like, oh my God, it smells so good. You literally smell like lemon cupcakes, okay? But edible. Like this is It smells like a parfum, but it's very, very, very edible gourmand side, okay? Like you got like your edible gourmands to vibe with this one. Damn. I don't know, I might recant all what I just said. Just get it and test it on your skin, because that is going to be the determining factor. Because it smells like a beautiful on paper, but on skin, yeah, the lemon was just singing a little bit too strong for me. But again, this is Baked by Acro. All right, guys, so that is the haul. I feel like this video went really long, and that was not my intent. But if you have added any new fragrances into your collection recently, let me know. Drop me a comment below. And also, let me know if you have smelled any of these. You have them. What are your thoughts? You love them? You like them? Were they an absolute no? Drop me a comment below and let me know, because I would love to continue this discussion in the comments below. You guys, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Be sure notification bell is turned on so that you don't miss any of my uploads. And last but not least, make sure that you do what? Give the video a big thumbs up, because it helps us to grow. It is real. I love you all, YouTube, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.